Right now, wherever you are sitting, whether it's on a soft sofa or a hard dining chair, I want you to do one very simple thing with me. Cross your arms tightly over your chest and try to stand up. Did you fail? Did you have to rock your body aggressively forward just to get some momentum? Or did your hand instinctively reach out for the armrest or the table to push yourself up? If you hesitated for even a single second, I need you to listen closely. That hesitation isn't just fatigue. It is the very first warning sign that your leg muscles are failing to support your own body weight. For women over 60, this is a critical turning point. Today you rely on the armrest. Tomorrow it's a cane. And the day after that, your world starts to shrink, simply because you are too afraid to step outside and risk a fall. But I have wonderful news. This process can be completely stopped. Not in a year, but starting today. I'm Dr. Jessica Reed. In this video, we are going to do a simple, incredibly effective routine that will wake up the deep muscles in your legs, protect your bones, and bring absolute confidence back to every single step you take. We don't need any weights, and you don't need a gym membership. But please, be very careful. Most women over 60 make one fatal mistake when they try to get stronger. They do the exercises, but they completely ignore one critical nutritional detail. Without this specific building block, this training will just wear your joints down instead of healing them. I am going to reveal this secret at the very end of the video, immediately after our workout. Do not miss it, or all of your hard work today will go to waste. All right, let's get started. We would never start a car in the dead of winter and immediately drive it at top speed on the highway. We let the engine warm up. As women age, the drop in our estrogen levels drastically reduces our synovial fluid. That is, your body's natural joint oil. That is why your knees suddenly feel so stiff and creaky. We have to manually lubricate them. Let's begin with our first warm-up. Stand tall with your feet close together. If you need some stability, just place your hands lightly on your thighs, right above your knees. Bend your knees slightly, giving yourself just a little dip. Keep your heels on the floor if you can, or let them lift naturally if that feels better for you. Now, imagine you are drawing a smooth circle on the ground with your kneecaps. We are going to do 10 slow rotations in one direction. Maintain a nice, slow, luxurious pace. Do not force the range of motion beyond what feels comfortable. Listen to your body. If you hear a little clicking or popping, don't panic. As long as there is no pain, that is usually just gas escaping the joint capsule. Breathe deeply. Visualize that natural oil coating and protecting your cartilage. Keep the motion fluid with absolutely no jerking. Wonderful. Now pause. Take a deep breath. We are going to reverse the direction and do 10 circles the other way. We need to be perfectly balanced. Keep your back relatively flat and maintain that proud posture. Great job. For our second warm-up, I want you to get comfortable. You can do this on a yoga mat on the floor, or if you are watching this first thing in the morning, you can do it right in your bed. This movement targets the calf muscles and your ankles. Lie down flat on your back with your legs straight out in front of you. Relax your arms by your sides. Now, focus entirely on your feet. Imagine you are sitting in the driver's seat of a car. You are going to press the gas pedal down hard with your right foot, pointing those toes far away from you. At the exact same time, pull the toes of your left foot aggressively toward you. Then, switch. Push the left, pull the right. This isn't just a stretch. It is a mechanical pumping action. Let's begin the movement together. 1, 2. 1, 2. Find a steady rhythmic tempo. Press down, pull back. Press down, pull back. Don't force the stretch too hard just yet. We don't want to trigger a toe cramp. We just want to get the blood flowing. Keep that rhythm going. Feel the calf muscles tightening and relaxing. By doing this, you are physically pumping fresh, oxygenated blood down into your tissues and helping your veins push it back up to your heart. Just keep moving. Smooth and controlled. Push, switch. Push, switch. And relax. Let your feet fall open to the sides naturally. Give your toes a little wiggle. You might feel a slight warm, tingling sensation in your lower legs right now. That is fresh circulation. Your engine is warm and you are ready to work. Now that our legs are awake, it is time to stimulate some real growth. Many women think you need heavy, intimidating gym machines to build muscle and bone density. That simply isn't true. You can use your own body weight and the power of leverage to get an incredible workout. For exercise number 1, sit right on the edge of a sturdy chair. Your feet should be flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Your knees should be sitting at a nice 90-degree angle. Here is the secret sauce that makes this so effective for women. I want you to lean your upper body forward. Rest your forearms heavily on your thighs, just above your knees. By leaning forward, you are shifting the entire weight of your torso directly onto your legs. You have just created your own personal gym machine. We are going to lift our heels as high as possible, pushing up onto our toes, squeezing the calf muscles at the very top, and then lowering down slowly. Let's aim for 12 repetitions together. Get ready. Lean forward, put some serious weight on those knees, and begin. Lift the heels up, squeeze at the top, hold for a split second, and lower slowly down. And again. Up. Feel that tight contraction in the back of the lower leg. And down. Control the movement. Do not bounce your feet. As you lift, press down slightly with your hands to add even more resistance against your legs. Breathe out as you lift up. Breathe in as you lower down. You are doing fantastic. Now, why is this so crucial for us? When you force your muscles to push against resistance, it pulls on your bones. This simple movement actually stimulates bone density in your lower legs, fighting off osteopenia and osteoporosis, while building the strength you need to push off powerfully when you walk. Up and squeeze and down. You should be feeling a little burn right now. That is exactly what we want. That is the muscle waking up. Let's do one more. Up, squeeze, and slowly down. Beautiful. Rest for a moment. Sit back and rub your calves if you need to. While we rest, I need to address something very important. I know some of you might be terrified to do calf exercises because you are prone to painful Charlie horse cramps that wake you up in the middle of the night. If that happens to you, here are 2 quick life-saving tips. First, look into magnesium. Most senior women are highly deficient in magnesium. Taking a high-quality magnesium supplement before bed or rubbing magnesium oil on your legs can virtually eliminate night cramps. Speak with your doctor about adding it to your routine. Second, if a cramp hits during exercise, immediately stop, straighten the leg completely, and physically pull your toes up toward your nose. This forces the spasm to release. Before we stand up for the next exercise, could I ask a quick favor? If you are finding this routine helpful, please click the like button below. It isn't for my ego. It actually tells YouTube to share this video with other older women who are struggling with leg weakness and fear of falling. Thank you so much. Now, stand up slowly. We are moving to exercise number 2, the hip protector. As women, we are at a significantly higher risk for hip fractures than men. This exercise targets the glutes and the hamstrings to build a fortress of muscle around your hips. Find a clear section of a wall. Stand facing the wall about 2 feet away from it. Place your palms flat on the wall at roughly eye level. Your arms should be straight, but do not lock your elbows. Keep your legs relatively straight. A tiny micro bend in the knees is perfectly fine, but we are not doing a squat. Now, I want you to push your hips straight backward. As your hips glide back, your chest will naturally lower toward the floor. Look down at the floor, not at the wall. This keeps your neck safe and neutral. Your back should be as flat as a table. You will feel a deep, wonderful stretch in the backs of your legs. From this stretched position, squeeze your glutes, your butt muscles, and use them to pull yourself back up to a tall standing position. As you reach the top, rise up slightly onto your toes for a little extra muscle activation. We are going to perform 8 to 10 repetitions. Let's begin. Hips back, stretch, look at the floor. Now engage the glutes, stand tall, and rise onto the toes. One more time. Hips glide back. Feel that deep stretch, and pull up tall. Inhale deeply as you go down. Exhale powerfully as you come up. Keep your back flat. Push the wall away gently with your hands to keep your upper body engaged. This exercise is absolute magic for your body. We are working on hip strength and core stability at the exact same time. These are the mechanical skills you need every single day. When you are walking up a steep hill, stepping over a high curb, or climbing the stairs in your home. Hips back, stretch, and stand tall. Let's do one more. Push back, squeeze the glutes, stand up, and rise on the toes. Fantastic. Let's move right into exercise number 3. We are going to stay at the wall for this one. I call this the wall knee drive. Stand facing the wall, but step back just a little bit further so that you are leaning on the wall with your palms. Your body should be at a slight angle, like a straight, strong plank. We are going to alternately lift one knee up toward the chest. Try to lift it as high as you comfortably can. Hold it at the very top for just a moment and smoothly return your foot to the floor. Then, repeat the exact same motion with the other leg. Let's perform 6 to 10 repetitions on each leg. Keep your arms strong. Lean into the wall confidently. Do not let your shoulders collapse or sink. Walk smoothly and steadily. Do not turn this into a frantic run. Engage your stomach muscles. Notice how your core engages to help you maintain your balance on one leg. Now, we are going to make this slightly more challenging to protect you from falls. We are going to add rotation. From that exact same starting position, lift your right knee, but direct it diagonally toward your left shoulder. Then step it down. Now lift your left knee and cross it diagonally toward your right shoulder. This is a crossover movement. Let's do 6 to 10 repetitions of this variation. Keep your posture tall. Imagine you have a long, straight neck like a giraffe. Why is this crossover so important for women? When we walk normally, our body makes natural, subtle rotations. If we lose that rotational mobility as we age, our gait becomes wooden, stiff, and shuffling. A shuffling walk is the #1 precursor to tripping. This exercise returns that fluid flexibility to your hips and strengthens your inner thighs. Keep crossing. Right knee left, left knee right, and rest. Beautiful job. Step away from the wall and shake out your arms. Exercise number 4 is the standing hamstring curl. We are returning our focus to the back of the leg. This is arguably the most important movement to physically prevent yourself from tripping over rugs or uneven sidewalks. Bring your sturdy chair over and place your hands on the backrest to maintain your balance. Stand tall and keep your posture straight. Your feet should be about hip width apart. Shift the weight of your body entirely onto your left leg. Now, without moving your thigh forward or backward, simply bend your right knee and pull your right heel up toward your buttocks. Imagine you are trying to kick yourself in the back of the thigh. Hold the leg at the top for 1 full second and then lower it back down to the floor very slowly and smoothly. Focus your mind on the tension. Don't just swing your leg up carelessly. Think about how the muscles on the back of your thigh are actively contracting to lift that weight. Let's do this together. Right heel up, squeeze, and slowly down. Up, squeeze, and slowly down. Here is the most critical technical detail. Watch your working knee. It is vital that your knees remain best friends, sitting side by side on the exact same line. Do not allow your working knee to swing forward in front of your resting leg. It must remain pointed directly at the floor the entire time. If your knee drifts forward, you completely lose the benefit of the exercise. Maintain your tall posture. Stand strong on your supporting leg. Do not let your hips sink or lean heavily to the side. Let's switch legs. Shift your weight to the right leg. Bend the left knee, bring the heel up to the glutes, squeeze, and lower slowly. Move in a slow, highly controlled manner. Focus on how the muscle fights against gravity as you lower the foot. This eccentric lowering phase is where the true strength is built. Up, squeeze, and down. One more. Up, squeeze, and down. Excellent. We have made it to our 5th and final exercise. I call this the confidence clap. This serves as a true test of your coordination, your pelvic stability, and your brain-body connection. If you have serious balance problems or are prone to severe dizziness, please just hold on to your chair for this one and skip the clap. But for everyone else who is ready to rebuild their confidence, let us begin. Stand near a wall or your chair so that a support is within arm's reach if you feel unstable. Stand up perfectly straight and pull your shoulders back proudly. Slowly lift your right leg straight up in front of you, bending it at the knee. Try to lift your thigh until it is parallel to the floor. At that exact moment, reach both of your hands underneath your lifted thigh and make one crisp, solid clap. Smoothly and with total control, lower your leg back to the floor and return your arms to your sides. Immediately repeat the same movement with your left leg. Knee up, clap underneath, and lower. Let's alternate legs. We aim to perform 6 to 10 repetitions on each side. Knee up, clap, and down. Knee up, clap, and down. Do not hold your breath. Take a deep, forceful exhale at the exact moment you lift your knee and clap your hands. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead. As soon as your head tilts down to look at your hands, your vestibular system gets confused, and you will begin to lose your balance. Always look forward. Also, do not bend your torso forward to try and reach your hands under your leg. Your spine must remain perfectly straight. If it is difficult for you to lift your knee high enough to clap today, that is perfectly fine. Simply touch the outsides of your thighs with your fingertips while maintaining your proud posture. Keep marching. Keep clapping. This is teaching your brain to trust your legs again. And relax. You did it. You completed the routine. But please, do not click away yet. Remember what I told you at the very beginning of this video. You have just successfully created the physical stimulus for your muscles. You have done 70% of the work. But now we absolutely must discuss the fuel, the remaining 30%. If you skip this part, your muscles cannot repair themselves. As women age and go through menopause, our bodies experience a rapid decline in muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. Furthermore, our bodies become significantly less efficient at processing protein. This is a scientific fact called anabolic resistance. It means that a 60-year-old woman needs significantly more protein than a 20-year-old woman just to maintain the exact same amount of muscle. If you want to maintain your independence and keep your legs strong, experts generally recommend consuming between 0.5 and 0.7 grams of protein for every pound of your body weight. For an average adult woman, this translates to roughly 90 to 100 grams of pure protein every single day. The absolute easiest way to hit this goal is by incorporating a high-quality protein powder into your daily routine. It is convenient and highly efficient. But if you prefer whole foods, you must ensure you are including a strong source of protein in every single meal you eat. Eggs are the gold standard. Greek yogurt contains double the protein of regular yogurt. Fatty fish like salmon and tuna are incredibly rich in omega-3s, which reduce joint inflammation. And lean meats like chicken or turkey are powerful builders for your legs. Lastly, remember that your muscles cannot physically contract without calcium, and your body cannot absorb calcium without vitamin D. Most senior women are highly deficient in vitamin D. Speak with your doctor about adding a supplement to your morning routine. So, here is your master plan. You have the exercises. You have the grocery list. I want you to perform this exact routine 3 times a week. Try Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Give your muscles a day of rest in between to heal and grow. If you commit to this, if you truly show up for yourself, you will notice a change. Not overnight, but in 2 weeks, getting out of that deep sofa will be easier. In a month, the stairs in your home won't look so intimidating. And in 3 months, you will be walking down the street with a stride that surprises you. Please take a moment right now to subscribe to the channel. I have so many more routines coming to help you eliminate back pain and improve your balance, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Save this video to your favorites so you can easily find it tomorrow morning. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me today. Thank yourself for investing in your future independence. Stay strong, keep moving, and I will see you in the next video.